iHeartRadio.com.
A new poll out shows Americans just don't seem to trust anybody these days. Almost half have little confidence in Congress. More than half feel about the same way about banks. More than 8 in 10 don't trust religion. But us in the media get it worse. About 85% don't trust print or television. Time to let the Willis watchdogs out. S.E. Cupp is a conservative columnist and the author of the book Losing Our Religion. Paul Westcott is the host of White House Brief. S.E., let's start with you. No trust.
I think this is great news. I really do. I'm not being facetious. I think we've been coddled. I think we got really comfortable thinking that the government's going to take care of us, our banks are going to get us money, the media's going to tell us what to think. I think this is really good that we're no longer trusting these unwieldy institutions that we should rightly be skeptical of.
And independent. Paul, what do you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we need to become less dependent on these institutions. And I think the big point here is, I mean, we saw 25% of Americans trust the government as a whole. That basically means something needs to be done. And I think that points to election 2010.
Yeah, things could be definitely changing out there.
Definitely.
All right, let's go on to the next story. The Daily Show host, Jon Stewart, making a big announcement last night, his rally to restore sanity. Take a listen.
Why don't we hear from these 70 to 80%ers? Well, most likely because you have to do. Seems like a pretty reasonable request. See you October 30th on the National Mall, spreading the timeless message. Take it down a notch. For America.
Pretty funny stuff. All right, Ashley Webster decided to show up. The saucy Aussie is here, and let's have him comment on this first.
Well, you know what, last minute dash and all that. Well, you know what, I got to tell you, I like both Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert because they're just there. They're comedians, they're writers, they're actors. They make fun of the news and all the hypocrisy out there. That's fine, and it's a jab at Glenn Beck and his rally. You know what, and Glenn Beck doesn't mind. He's still getting all the attention anyway. So, you know, it appeals to the younger audience.
Paul, are we making too much fun of Glenn Beck?
No, I mean, you know what, honestly, Glenn, he's got $1 gazillion, right? He's got a massive audience. I mean, he's in a position where he can honestly take a little bit of abuse. But in this case, what Jon Stewart's doing is obviously trying to, you know, raise an audience, you know, try to be funny about it. In all honesty, he's fine, except when he gets up on his soapbox. And as long as he doesn't do that here, he'll be fine. I just hate the soapbox.
I thought that was a show.
The preachy
the show is to have the soapbox.
It's become that now, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he is funny. I mean, and that's hilarious. But really, I don't know that he realizes it, but he's not just taking a jab at Glenn Beck. He's making a mockery of activism in general, which means he's really pointing his finger at Martin Luther King, Gandhi. I mean, activism, women's lib, gay rights. He's sort of laughing at the whole idea, and at a time when we're all a little angry.
Just sit down and take a breath and don't be so upset.
Take it down a notch.
Exactly. Exactly. Next story, a study from the University of British Columbia shows testosterone. This is what I couldn't say before. Testosterone is a major factor for CEOs involved in M&A deals. I know, wacky. The report says that more testosterone, the more likely to both start or end a big deal. Ashley, does this have any basis in fact, or
I don't know. Hey, look, the younger you get some young male out there wanting to make his mark on the world, sure, the testosterone is flowing. Also, he's going to make a lot of mistakes, right, because he's young and green. And what about the women CEOs in this? How much testosterone do they have?
Lots and lots.
Yeah.
Paul, this strikes me as patently absurd.
No, you know what? I mean, before my show, I run around my studio, I grunt, I yell, I do, you know, I bang my chest. That's testosterone. Come on, it's the energy. So get you revved up for an M&A or whatever. You don't do that. All right. Well, you know.
Who knew? Maybe Donald Trump isn't some, you know, some genius. He's just very testosterone-y, which I love to say. Testosterone-y.
All righty then. Okay, maybe we better move on before it gets stranger. Harrisburg University in Pennsylvania is blacking out social media for a week, meaning students and staff can't access Facebook, Twitter, or other sites. The school says it's not a punishment, but a way for people to think critically about the prevalence of social media. Paul, would you like to think critically about the prevalence?
I would love to think critically. You know, this is honestly, this is one of those professors deciding to go off on a limb, or universities, and say, oh, well, how horrible is it? I don't think it's that bad. In all honesty, Facebook is something that brings people together, not to mention enhances real-life social relationships. Not to mention it's for news. It's a utility now. It's not really a website anymore. It's a utility.
Essie, I don't think if there were not social websites, that these people would even speak to each other to begin with. You know, I mean, there's a possibility.
That's the way it should be, frankly. No, where is this university? Can I go there? Can I move in? I want to live there and be forced to turn all of this off for a week. I can't do it to myself because I don't have the strength or the will or the discipline, but I would love to live in that world for a week.
Sure.
Ashley?
So
Yeah, well, and the thing that really bugs me, okay, yes, I mean, of course, I have Facebook, and it's a wonderful tool, but I get so upset with just all this inane chatter. You know, I'm standing in line at Starbucks. I've just dropped off my dry cleaning. It's raining. Really pathetic. There's a lot of time wasted, I got to tell you.
It's raining.
That is a good one. All right. Okay, this is an important story, okay, because it's about something near and dear to my heart. Reports today from a University of Westminster study showing shoppers get the same endorphins as they do during sex, especially when they find a good bargain. Essie?
This does not speak to me. I have to tell you, I hate shopping. It does the exact opposite to my libido, if it has any effect.
Really?
Yeah, I hate it.
Really?
Oh, I get hot sweats and cold sweats, and it's a panic attack when I have to go into a store. No, I hate it.
You are the only woman I know like
turn
this. Ashley, save me. You shop, right?
Yeah, I do. That's what you call a stimulus package, right? All wrapped up. You know, this study said that these people got as excited about a half-off coupon for a loaf of bread as they did watching pornography, which explains why I love sandwiches, right?
All right, but you make a good point about stimulus. We did kind of enjoy all the stimulus and all the spending, and we can write checks for bigger and bigger and bigger things.
Sure, absolutely. More and more money. I don't get it with shopping. I get it with parking spots. I live in New York City. I see a parking spot. I'm like, oh, yeah. You know, sorry. It's a little, was that intense? I'm sorry.
That's a good one.
All right, guys, great job. And Ashley, you know, next time let's try to be on time.
I was there, but I was on the first floor. Apparently I was on the 12th floor. No one told me.
I
so
understand.
There you go.
I know. Fingers crossed next time we'll get it right. The Saucy Aussie returns. Thanks, Essie, Paul, and Ashley. Still to come, President Obama picks Elizabeth Warren to start up the new Consumer Financial Protection Agency. But can she overcome the power of the banks to actually protect consumers? Our experts will weigh in.